Each week, the San Jose Flea Market. Each week, the of athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Our Therese Vinal has a story of a Mills basketball player back on the court after a terrible accident.
Two years ago, Mills senior guard Alisa Gaan fell 30 feet from a rock wall in PE class, breaking her back with a shattered bone just centimeters from her spinal cord.
I felt extremely lucky, very thankful that it had turned out that way, that I wasn't paralyzed. I was just really excited that I could still play basketball.
April 25th, 2007, Gaan, a sophomore at the time, was rock climbing in PE class. It was when she reached the top of the wall and began to belay down, a small error changed her life.
Actually, I don't really remember thinking anything. I just remember just falling through the air and then hitting the ground. And I didn't really feel anything. My legs, they went kind of numb.
When she began to descend down, her harness came undone. Alisa fell 30 feet. When she landed, a bone in her spine shattered.
Anybody who takes a 30-foot drop it'd be crazy, you know. But she's strong. She's a very strong individual. Stronger than me, that's for sure.
Alisa was rushed to San Francisco General Hospital. 2 days later, she underwent a 16-hour surgery where a titanium spacer was put in to replace the shattered bone in her spine. 4 rods were attached to connect it all together. The surgeon also cleaned up the shattered vertebrae, one of the pieces just a half-inch away from the spinal column and certain paralysis.
It's hard because you know she's hurt and you're angry because it shouldn't have happened, but you also want to tell her that, you got to suck it up and deal with it. And it was really hard to say that in a way that she understood it, that I didn't want to coddle her, but I wanted to support her.
It was really hard. I remember getting up from my bed and it was really hard just to stand up. And I don't know, now that I realize it, I'm really thankful that I can walk because I was really close to not walking.
The extensive surgery was just half the battle. Alisa worked hard at physical therapy to not only walk again, but to get back to doing what she loves.
I was really frustrated when it took me a long time to walk and just kind of jog for the first time because I was so used to going full speed all the time and without any hurting. When I saw my teammates running, it motivated me to get back out there with them.
After 5 months of extensive physical therapy, Alisa was back playing basketball. But in this gym, the same gym that she practices in, is where the nightmare all happened. The rock climbing wall is no longer here, but the memories are here every single time Alisa walks into the gym.
I try not thinking about it much, and now it doesn't really affect me, which is nice. But when I did think about it, I just kind of remember that day of falling, and my whole class is there when I fell, and I just had a sort of flashback when I went back into the gym.
When we first went back into practice in the small gym, where the rock wall was, for her to go back in there and have to practice where the rock wall was before they took it away was pretty hard for her.
Alisa's love for the game helped her push her fears and anxieties aside. Now a senior and captain on the varsity basketball squad, she sets the tone for the team.
She's been a great inspiration for the team, and just to see her work ethic at practice and during the games. If you were to tell me that she had a rod in her back or she had a broken back 2 years ago, no one would ever believe it.
To see Alisa running the court just 2 years after the terrible accident is a credit to her courage and perseverance. In Millbrae, I'm Therese Vinal, Cal High Sports Bay Area.
And Therese says Alisa is also on the softball team. She dances as well, is back to doing all that despite the injury.
Busy girl, she's all back at it? That's great.
She's doing very well. Verde Design brings us a play each week that was well designed and worked out just